Hello, I'm Daniel Craig, and I have some questions here, which I'm going to try and answer. Okay, here we go. What convinced you to be part of No Time to Die? I felt like doing No Time to Die was a chance to wrap up all the loose ends and to finish off what I'd started 15 years ago, and I think we've done that and more. What was your experience like shooting in my home country of Morocco? Morocco is one of my most favorite places to go to in the world. That year I went walking in the Atlas Mountains, so I got to see a lot of Morocco that year, and I love being there, and will get back there as soon as I can. How do you think your portrayal of James Bond has evolved with today's perception of masculinity? I hope he's changed a lot while I've been part of him, because what I've always tried to do is never judge him. He's flawed, and his attitude towards the world and towards women is questionable, and I think that's interesting. The way we've tried to deal with it is to cast as strong of female characters as possible, have him go up against those people. I mean, we had Judy for a long while, and I was very lucky and privileged to work with her, and that relationship informed who he is, but also exposes him for what he is, and I think that's interesting. I don't judge the characters I play. I try and let the audience do that. Hey Daniel, why the choice to go with fewer gadgets with your James Bond? This is going to answer a few questions actually. I've loved the gadgets, but my take on them has always been they've got to sort of just to be justified in the movie. You can't really just have gadgets for gadget's sake. They've got to make sense, and they've got to be interesting. My favorite gadgets from the previous movies my favorite gadget is, I think Sean Connery used to use this sort of like little silver box with a switch on it, and the red light went on. I don't know what it did, but it kind of opened doors, it kind of blew things up, and it was just, that was, simple is best as far as gadgets is concerned. Daniel, have you been injured a lot while filming these movies? Which is the worst injury in here? I have, but that's just par for the course. It's a physical role, and I get bashed up, and in fact, I get injured, but the stunt team get injured all the time, and thankfully we all walk away, and that's all that matters. I broke my ankle on the last movie. I broke my leg on the previous movie. I'm still here. Why have there been longer intervals in between James Bond movies during Daniel Craig's era? Because I broke my leg. Curious to know what stunt from your time as Bond you are most proud of, and what's your favorite stunt from the series? My favorite stunt I've done. There's a few on No Time to Die I'm very proud of, but probably the whole sequence that we filmed in Venice on Casino Royale, and not least of all because that wasn't a lot of stunt work, but Chris Corbett, who designs our physical effects, so that's the things that everything that blows up and everything that, and he designed the sinking Venice house, which was a Venice house that sank into water and then reset and kept going. So we had to be filming in that, and I had to be jumping off things and flying into water. So I'm most proud of that, probably because it's my first movie, and it just was one of the most incredible sets I've ever been on. What has been your favorite outfit as your time as Bond, and which fit from the past is your all-time favorite? Connery knew how to wear a suit. I don't remember which director it was, but the director told Connery to wear the suit home and sleep in it, and then come and wear it. And I think that is how you should wear a suit. I'd say all of the Tom Ford suits I've worn, we've worked really hard with them to create the look. They have been so cooperative over the years during my tenure, and they've allowed us to mess around with their suits, and together we've, I think, produced some amazing suits. Trunks. Yep. Are you as obsessed with them as your fans are? No. Which was your favorite car to shoot in? The DB5. It's like one of the most beautiful cars ever made. I mean, I've driven the DBS and the brand cars, and they don't break down quite as often, but the DB5 is definitely the car. What will you most fondly remember about your time as Bond, and do you have any regrets? No, I don't have any regrets. What I remember most fondly about doing Bond are the people I get to work with. Hello from Sweden. What has been your favorite international location to shoot in, and why? We filmed in Chile, in the Atacama Desert, which is one of the highest, driest points in the world. and has the clearest sky at night because there's an observatory there where you have stars from horizon to horizon. I think that remains one of the most amazing places I've ever filmed in. What was the most challenging, fun scene to shoot? Jesus, 5 movies, what the fuck? The crane sequence in Casino was one of the most challenging and fun scenes because when I started Casino Royale, I was afraid of heights, and after it, I wasn't. So I had to go up about 60 feet onto scaffolding and walk along beams that were about 6 inches across. No, run across beams that were 6 inches across, 60 feet up in the air, which wasn't fun, but was challenging. What would you like your portrayal of James Bond to be remembered for? The gags. How has James Bond changed Daniel Craig? James Bond has changed my life immeasurably. I mean, it's like, and 99% of it for the better. And I would say it's been, I could never imagine being where I am today without James Bond. So it's been an extraordinary part of my life. Which one is your favourite James Bond movie and why? Goldfinger, I think, is my favourite James Bond movie. I love Dr. No, but it was sort of where Sean Connery became the James Bond that we know and we love. Who is your favourite actor to have played James Bond? Well, clearly me. Sean Connery. Which one informed your performance the most? None of them. I mean, I know that sounds weird, but actually what I did when I took on the role was I said, I can't do impressions of people. I can't try and be Sean Connery or Pierce or Roger. I have to try and be myself. So as much as I watch the films over and over again and they influence the way we shoot the movies, I just tried to be me. How are you, Daniel? Can you do a Sean... Oh, wow, I'm very well, thank you. Can you do a Sean Connery impression for us? Nope. What makes Daniel Craig's James Bond different from his predecessors? I play him. What can you tell us about the villain in No Time to Die, and what did Rami Malek bring to the role? We were incredibly lucky to get Rami. He just cut off the back of an Oscar. He's one of the most popular actors in the world at the moment, and he came and hit it out of the park. He's extraordinary in this role because he's an extraordinary actor. How has it been working with Phoebe Waller-Bridge? What did she bring to the script? She's one of the most talented writers around, and we were incredibly lucky to have her.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, Jesus.